morning, everyone. Excuse me. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Crown Hill Equestrian. I had a video pop up on my Instagram feed, and I just watched this girl go over one jump. I guess it was like 140 or somewhere around that height. And I looked at her go over the jump, and I thought, this girl is probably brilliant. And I hope, you know, she doesn't disappoint me for the rest of whatever she does on this reel here, but just from looking at her going over one jump, I thought, man, this girl's a really good rider. Be really good to have her to you know, to play her reel here and just have a look at it and have a chat about it, because I think it's going to be great. So just give me 1 second. I don't want my coffee to go cold. Just give me a sec. Anyway, I'm going to play her. Let's start again. So where are we? Click on watch. Okay, I'm going to stop her right there. Actually, I'm going to go back and just play that again. Her jumping position is magic. Look at that. Oh, man, she's very that's what hooked me, and I thought I need to watch the rest of this because she's really good. Maybe I should just watch it through once. Yeah, maybe I should just finish watching it through and then we can talk about it. She's good, eh? That was an absolute pleasure to watch. She's so good. I'm going to go back to the first jump and we'll talk about each thing in more detail, I guess. Okay, so this jump, pay attention to her jumping position. First of all, I see a lot of vloggers jumping this high, and some less, some event vloggers and some show jumping vloggers who are doing quite well, but I would say her jumping position is better and safer. And the reason she's better, yeah, she's magnificent actually. Her lower leg doesn't move. She's not gripping too tightly with her knee and her thigh, for one, because what happens is when you grip with your knee, it tends to make your lower leg stick out and then fly around all over the place. And so she's not really pressing very hard with her knee. The other thing to say is that when she goes over the jump here, she folds at her waist and she keeps her back dead straight, right? So she's, let me move back a little bit if I can. She's sat here and she's leaning forward and her back is dead straight, and all she's doing is folding at her waist and just bringing her shoulders forward slightly with a dead straight back. And it's ideal, absolutely ideal, because a lot of people tend to sort of hurl them, they sort of go whoa, over the jump like this, and because they're throwing themselves and they're not in balance anymore, because you really only need to bring your shoulders above your knees when you're jumping. You don't need to throw yourself over the jump, because what happens when you throw yourself forward is that then puts you out of balance, and so you grip with your knees and then your lower leg flies back and you end up at this sort of, so the horse is jumping here and you end up at this sort of angle with your head around his ears somewhere and your heels around his tail somewhere, or stifle or whatever, and the lower leg swung right back, and it's really unnecessary. Like, if you just keep your back straight, your shoulders back, and you just fold forward at the waist and bring your shoulders above your knees over the jump, then your lower leg will stay. Because what tends to happen is you end up with a straight line between the shoulder, the knee and the toe. And so if your shoulder is more upright, then you can if you haven't thrown yourself forward, the straight line is sort of down here, right? But if you throw yourself forward, then it's like a seesaw. You have this sort of counterweight, this counterbalance. And if you throw yourself forward, your lower leg flings up and you still end up with that straight line, shoulder, knee, toe. This girl is brilliant because she doesn't throw herself over the jump. And besides that, throwing yourself forward over the horse's ears, it's going to unbalance them. It's going to suddenly put all your weight on their forehand, and you want them up and over the jump, and you don't want them to drop onto the jump. And so you actually need to stay sort of more perched above them. And she's a rider who perches very well because she doesn't throw herself forward. She just brings her shoulders forward above her knees. It allows her leg to stay in the same place. It allows freedom of her arms because she's in balance. And so she's not having to lean on the horse's neck. She's not having to hang onto the reins. She's just got freedom in her arms because she's totally in balance, just perched there above the horse in that position while the horse is doing all the moving underneath her. Absolutely brilliant. I'm going to just play that one jump again. Because she's really good. She's really good. Okay, I'm going to go back again. So here, she, as you can see, she is using her body weight to bring the horse, to contain his canter. Now, he's a big horse for her. And so her hands are staying forward, okay? And when she wants to bring the horse back to her, all she's doing is keeping her hands here, and she's kind of just leaning back like this. And she's keeping her leg on, and so she's keeping the canter with the impulsion, keeping the engine going, but she's bringing her horse back by doing this. And all that does is increase the hold on the horse's mouth, but it doesn't pull back on him. So he's got nothing to fight against. Like he doesn't need to fight. She's not half halting. She's not fighting him for the stride. All she's doing is maintaining a beautiful rhythm all the way into the jump, but she's totally in control of that horse. Like she just goes, come back to me. And he does. And that's all it is. And you maintain the nice, gentle, elastic sort of contact with your hands, but at the same time, her whole body is telling him, whoa there, just steady up, just keep, you know, just let's keep a nice rhythm. And then at the same time, because she's not fighting him, her leg is still on, her whole body is relaxed. And she's just going like this, but the leg is still saying go forward. And so she's got him together in this nice canter that's going to arrive in the right place to take off. And it's so subtle, but she's not sitting there doing this, or she's not doing this and trying to hold him for a stride in front of the jump. She just goes, just come back to me, but let's keep moving into the jump. And that is magnificent because it's absolutely brilliant. Right, let's watch her again. Yeah. So here as well, she's sitting back. So she adjusted this horse on the way in. So, see, again, her position here, very good. You see, you get that straight line, shoulder, knee, toe, sort of. And her hands are so relaxed and in a great position because she's folded at the waist and she hasn't thrown herself up the horse's neck. She's very good. She's just folded here. You see that fold. Yeah, she barely moves. Anyway, so let's just go back here. I might actually play it slow-mo. You can't really see too there, even though it's backwards. Okay, so we'll do it slow like this. So here, she's going to sit back and she contains the horse. She doesn't move her hands there. Her body is gone. Just stay back. Just stay with me. Stay with me. Her body and her hands haven't moved. She hasn't pulled. She's just gone, stay with me. And her hands are still elastic. They're not pulling on him at all, but her body is saying, keep going forward, but just stay with me. Here, she's sort of sitting back, but her hands are forward. And soften into the jump. Really good. Yeah. And same here, she gave a little half halt, but not major. And the reason her half halts don't need to be big is because her whole body is half halting. It's not just her hands. She's not fighting with her hands. Her center of gravity is low and a lot of people, when they sort of perch forward a bit, the center of gravity sort of comes up and forward slightly, and then you're not so effective in the saddle. But her center of gravity is in the right place, and so she's sitting back like this. So even when she half halts, it's subtle because her whole body is half halting, not just her arm. Same here, brilliant. And she sits up over that jump. You don't have to throw yourself over a jump, even when it's 140 or 150. Honestly, I promise you, you don't have to throw yourself over a jump. That was excellent. I'm going to watch that again. Yes, brilliant. And again, she's holding but not pulling. Half halt, but her whole body half halts. And then she softens into the jump again. Right, I'm going to give this girl 10 out of 10. Her left leg is slightly looser than her right, but, you know, we all have one leg that's stronger than the other, and we all have one leg that might grip slightly more than the other, and therefore make the leg a bit looser. However, it's so minuscule. It's like nothing. But I'm going to give this girl 10 out of 10 for what I've seen, right? The horse is clearly well trained, and she's clearly riding it really, really well. So 10 out of 10 for her. She's brilliant. I haven't seen anything else that she does. I've seen no more of her riding. I don't even know who she is, but I absolutely love what I've just seen. Like, she is by far the best person out of the ones I watched. But I might start watching her actually. She's brilliant. Her technique is excellent, and it's just the small things that make a massive difference. You know, the teeny little things like, you know, how far you throw yourself over the jump, or well, that's not so teeny, but you know, and the fact that she folds rather than hurls, and the fact that she sits back for her holding the horse rather than doing this. It makes all the difference on how calm and how rhythmical your round is, and how well your horse goes, and how good you look while you're doing it, because she doesn't look like she's doing very much, you know, and that's the idea. Yeah, she's great. 10 out of 10. Loved her. Really, really good. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little analysis, and please remember to like and subscribe and all of that. Feel free to comment, and I'll see you for the next video. Bye for now.
Baby, you give me eyes.